Where do interest rates come from? Why are interest rates so low today? I mean, that's a specific question. Where do interest rates come from? Interest rates are determined through the interaction of money demand and money supply. Okay? So suppose the Fed sets the supply of money at this level. Okay? We're assuming here the Fed has absolute control over the money supply, which isn't quite true. It's really got a little bit of a positive tilt to it, but that's not going to change our story. Okay? So the idea is whatever interest rate the Fed wants, and this gets back to Alex's question, they simply supply more or less money so that in conjunction with money demand, that's the equilibrium. Why are interest rates so low? Yeah?
When the Federal Reserve borrows money from the banking system, they lower interest rates.
Okay. Look what happens if the Fed increases the money supply. Fed increases the money supply, interest rates go down to go down to I2. Okay? And the Fed has been doing that for 5 years now. They've been pouring money into the banking system and pushing interest rates down. That's an expansionary monetary policy, and the hope was that if interest rates were low, people would borrow and spend. Businesses would borrow and spend. And that would stimulate EP and pick us up out of the recession. Money demand is really low. Okay? Here's our money demand, aggregate money demand. So our equilibrium is pretty close to zero. Okay?
Why?
Nobody's borrowing. I'm sorry?
I was going to say, why is money demand low?
Because the economy is so low. Suppose the economy speeds up. It will. It is speeding up, and it will speed up. Suppose the economy speeds up. What happens to interest rates? What happens to money demand when the economy gets stronger? Money demand goes up. Okay? For the same money supply, what's going to happen to interest rates? They're going to rise. So when GDP goes up, interest rates tend to go up. When GDP goes down, interest rates tend to go down. We call that a pro-cyclical relationship. Okay? Pro-cyclical relationship means whatever we're looking at, interest rates in this case, moves in the same direction at roughly the same time as GDP does. Okay? Are high interest rates good or bad? Well, it depends. High interest rates are a sign that the economy is doing well. Okay, so that's good. But they're also a brake on the economy because borrowing is more expensive. So it's hard to continue. 2, stimulate or contract total planned expenditure, right? We're trying to manage the economy. We're trying to speed it up or slow it down. That's the goal here, okay? Monetary policy has a similar definition. Monetary policy means changes in the money supply and interest rates, where the goal is to stimulate or contract borrowing and spending so that EP goes up or down. Same goal, different tool. Changes in the money supply and interest rates to affect total planned expenditure, borrowing and spending. The idea is not only can we cut taxes and increase government spending if we want to stimulate the economy, we can also lower interest rates and increase the supply of money. Okay? And it makes sense to operate those in tandem. What happened during the 2000s has been a huge increase in the money supply and a huge decrease in interest rates until they hit zero. And then they can't really go down further.